Hey, everybody. My name's Aaron Lehman. I'm excited to be here today with an awesome friend of mine and also wellness mentor, um, guide for me as well. And yeah, we go way back. We go way back to the Manchester, back when Manchester University was called Manchester College. Anyway, without further ado, Cassie Seal. I'm really excited to be hanging out today and to just get to dive in a little bit to your story, your holistic wellness journey that you've been on, and just get to know you better. Allow the Living Well Now community and anybody else who pops on, maybe from your network, to just get to know kind of what you're up to these days, the work you're doing, the work you're offering. So I really appreciate you taking time out of your morning there. Casey's live in South Bend, and I'm hanging out in Amsterdam. And this is the beautiful reality of technology. So Casey, why don't you just start with a little intro to what you're up to and like where your holistic wellness intrigue came from? Because I think it's growing around the world. It's growing in the United States, but it's always fascinating for me to like learn, what sparked you, what led you down this path to now offering what you're offering.
Yeah, so I started out, I've been a physical therapist actually for 13 years. I got my doctorate in physical therapy, and I worked mainstream traditional outpatient physical therapy for 10, 11 years. And I loved aspects of what I did, but there was still parts of it that just didn't resonate with me. The deeper I went in my own healing journey, the more I realized that there was more out there than just what insurance companies are allowing physical therapists to do, and also what doctors are asking for physical therapists to do. So I kind of call myself a reluctant business owner because I never really wanted my own private practice. But I felt, as I explored some different holistic healing practices, I really felt driven to offer some of the things that work so well for me personally.
So say a little bit about that. So you were full on in the PT world, service, like serving people day in and day out. Then you started to go through your own kind of self-healing.
Yeah,
is what it sounds like. Say more about that. Like what did that look like? Just because I think I'm curious.
Yeah. So I always say my children are my biggest spiritual teachers. And so my daughter is going to be 11 next month. And when I was pregnant with her, well, a little background is that I was very much into fitness. It's kind of what got me into the field of physical therapy in the first place. I played sports. I was a runner. I did all the fitness things. And so when I got pregnant with my daughter, I was in really good shape. I had just run my first mini triathlon. I had run a marathon a few years before, and I was really in that mindset that as long as I exercised and ate right, that I would stay healthy. And when I was pregnant with her, my doctor diagnosed me with gestational diabetes, which really slapped me across the face because I felt like it came out of nowhere. And so it was actually funny. My doctor, it wasn't funny at the time, but my doctor said, oh, don't worry about it. Practically everybody these days gets gestational diabetes and it goes away as soon as the baby's born. And I thought, like, I don't want to be told that. Like, this isn't a normal process. It's a reflection of like our stress, what we're eating. So I really went deep with it. And at the time it was a curse, but it really turned out to be a blessing because when my daughter was born, my gestational diabetes didn't go away. I continued to struggle with regulating my blood sugars, and also like a host of other digestive system upsets appeared. So I had a lot of food sensitivities. I did food elimination diets. I went on supplements. I saw chiropractors, acupuncturists. I was doing all the things to heal my body. And it was 2, 3, 4, 5 years into the journey before I really got a handle on what my body was trying to teach me through this lesson of gestational diabetes.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Would there be like it was a combination of all of the modalities kind of that like led you to your solutions that ended up kind of.
Yeah. So actually, it was really my introduction to Young Living essential oils that like all of it was a turning point. All of it had an influence, but I was probably 3 years into this healing journey, and my employer asked me to research essential oils. And so the first company that I came across was Young Living. And I called these ladies, they were local distributors, and they brought this suitcase full of oils to our office. And we spent our entire hour-long lunch break smelling. There was probably over 100 oils in this suitcase.
Yeah.
I think we smelled every single one. I remember Valor for some reason that day. I had no idea what essential oils even really were at that point. But I remember Valor, they're like, take your shoes off, put it on your feet. And like, we were rubbing oils all over us. And it was just this amazing experience. But I woke up the next day, and I won't go into details, but I realized like my digestive system was like really normal for the first time in a really long time. And my first thought was actually like, what did I eat yesterday? Because I'm going to eat that every day. Like I thought that was a reflection of something I had done to create this. And it wasn't until like the third day that I woke up and things were normal that I was like, oh my gosh, it was the essential oils that I had experienced 3 days before.
Yeah.
So that experience did several things for me. One, I like initially I was really confused because I'm like, well, I smelled 100 oils. How do I know which ones I need? Like, I can't go buy 100 oils. Which that whole process really led me to explore deeper the role of intuition and how we select what we put into our body in terms of foods, oils, therapies, thoughts, emotions, etc. But it also was the first time that I considered that emotions were playing a huge role in my digestive imbalances. Because emotionally, I also recognized that emotionally I felt very different after I had experienced all those oils too. So it was a huge shift in my healing journey from this like external focus, like what can I put in my body, or how can I move my body to heal it, to what can I change internally to heal.
Wow. That's powerful. I think I really appreciate you sharing a deeper glimpse at it, just because I think that all of our health journeys are so multifaceted, and I don't know, you remember that What the Bleep Do You Know, like documentary or whatever. It's like how far down the rabbit hole do you want to dive or whatever, but it's like it's really it's such a trip to be alive on like as humans, and our different upbringings and backgrounds, and in utero stuff from our mom, and how was our dad when we were in utero, and all the things that are influencing us at 38 ish. You're about to, you know what I mean? It's so wild to me. So it's fun to like hear you talk about that. Hopefully somebody watching live or on replay will just be invited to take the courageous leap.
Yeah, I think that experience that I had with the oils was really the catalyst. It led me to like craniosacral therapy, which a lot of people have never heard of, but it's a hallmark kind of what I do. But it led me to really explore the deeper practices, the intuitive aspect of craniosacral therapy, which is the idea that we all have this inner wisdom who knows exactly what our bodies need to heal mentally, physically, emotionally at any time. And so like the deeper practices of somato-emotional release, and really exploring some of those past imprints, that our past experiences, our past emotions, past traumas, everything, how it affects and manifests from a physical standpoint.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a
Wow.
beautiful journey.
It is. It is. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. So got you on the oily front. So like, so now that you've been using Young Living oils now for how many years? Like when was that?
So that initial experience was probably, let's see, my daughter is 11, so probably 8 years ago,
Okay.
somewhere in that time frame. I didn't dive in right away. I think I ordered like 3 or 4 oils that, like, I did all the research. Like, I remembered some of the oils that we had smelled and some of them that I really liked. And I did some research, which ones help the digestive system the most. And so I think I remember Joy. I ordered Joy.
Wow.
And I can't even remember. I don't know. I don't even think I ordered Digest. It's so long ago. I can't even remember which ones I expected to start with, but it was kind of like, I think how a lot of us feel. I didn't know what to do with them. So like, the story of people who get the starter kit and throw it in their medicine cabinet or their closet. Like I was kind of that person, but also like, I was like, this is so expensive. Like I don't want to open the bottle and like waste it. So I really didn't use it a lot. And with the few that I got, no, I mean, right away, I didn't know how to use them. So it was just something that kind of sat there. And also like, even just smelling them, it didn't bring about the same response that I had.
Okay.
In that initial experience. So like, it was literally many years of like, I don't really, like, I know this is helpful, but I don't really know what to do with it. So it wasn't until probably in the last 3 years that I really started to go back and research and dive into what it is about oils and which ones are most effective for my body and my patients' bodies too.
So cool.
Yeah, I wanted to say also, like, one of the things that I've discovered working therapeutically with the oils is that intention is everything. And what I mean by that is, like, for instance, I was researching, 8 years ago, I was like, okay, I have all these digestive system symptoms. So how do I remedy that? And so I was looking at, digize and lemon and black pepper and tarragon and ginger, all the known like digestive support oils. But I wasn't seeing as much relief from my symptoms as I really wanted to. And it wasn't until I really started to make the connection that all of our physical symptoms are a deeper manifestation of mental or emotional or spiritual stuff going on in our body. And so when we select oils that reflect the deeper stuff that's going on in our body, we often have, I don't want to say better results, but different, deeper results from using them in that capacity.
Less like symptomatic suppression or something, or symptomatic, like, again, I mean, I'm right now, I did yoga this morning, and awesome. I haven't done that in a while. Went to a class, and even this week or over the weekend, I got a little tension in my right side of my neck, and I'm like, I didn't do something weird. It's not like I ran into a wall or, like, so I know it's my brain. I know it's my mind, like my mind and so today I was like meditating in the hot tub and praying in the hot tub, just releasing releasing stress out and just choosing like new thoughts. But I'm still putting Panaway and Copaiba on my neck, but I did put peace and calming on. I put some peace and calming on and some valor. Also to honor that I know that this is what I typically have heard about the neck is like a failure to see all sides of an issue or of a reality or whatever. So I've heard that before, which resonates. And I definitely was working through some of that. So anyway, so when I hear you talk, I get all excited.
Yeah, no, totally. And it reminds me, I just had a patient, I can't remember what oil her body selected, but she came in with neck pain just last week. And It's funny to listen to our excuses for why we hurt, because one that I hear often, and it was something that she said was, I think I slept wrong last night.
Yeah,
And
yeah, for sure.
which like I always I joke that I have like an inner lie detector going on. Like that's not really true.
Uh-huh.
Um, but what came of it, like I got this intuitive information from her body that she was experiencing all these like negative repeat experiences, and I didn't really understand what that meant. But when I said it to her, she's like, yeah, she's like, everybody is annoying me these days. And
Uh-huh.
that
Yeah.
was kind of at the root of what was going on with her neck. So I wish I could remember what oil her body had selected, but it's such a unique individual process anyway.
Yeah. There's a lyric in a I think it's a Nako song. The body talks and meditation helps. I don't know. Something is like the quote.
Yeah,
When our body
yeah,
talks, meditation helps. I think I'm just so grateful that you're offering the guidance you are and the services you are, because I know it's changing lives up there in South Bend. I know it's changed my life just being, California to Indiana, just getting to connect, and you dropping in when we came through Indiana and you did session with me. I mean, I still like, I wish I could just come lay on that table right now.
it's open, it's
Not gonna
ready for
lie.
you.
Yeah, exactly. Not gonna lie. Well, a couple questions. Just I don't want to, because you and we could talk for about an hour and a half, I think.
We could
Um,
go for it.
we definitely could. So as you've so you kind of redove back into Young Living a few years ago. Are there a couple oils or products that have been super crucial for you here? Like anything that specific that you would like that have been really important to you? And then, yeah, somebody who's like brand new, yeah, would there be like like after they got their starter kit, what would be like an oil and a product that you would say definitely explore, or educate yourself on this oil or this product or something? Anyway.
Yeah, so I really love, personally, and because of the work that I do, I really love the emotional support blends that Young Living has put together. If I were to pick three of my like favorites, I would still pick Joy,
Hmm.
which ironically, I still can't stand the smell of Joy. I hated it the first day I opened it, and I still do not like
Still
it.
hanging.
Which, if you know anything about oils, that whether if you have a strong attachment or a strong aversion, it's probably a good sign that you need that oil in some capacity. And so, Joy is one of my favorites. Gratitude oil has made some really powerful shifts in my life. I started a gratitude journal. It's probably been over a year ago, and I wish I could say I've been super consistent with it, because I haven't. But the process was writing a list of everything I was grateful for in that day, and then holding all of that in my heart as I would breathe in a drop of gratitude oil.
Hmm.
That will change your life if you commit to doing that for a week, a couple of weeks, a month, a year, whatever it is. Like, it will change your life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the other oil is forgiveness, for myself and for others, and using it with the intention. A lot of times I think we think of forgiveness as like we have to forgive others, but also we have to forgive ourselves for everything, the mistakes that we make, every negative emotion, every negative action that we've had in the past. Like, it's all about forgiveness and being able to love. We have to love ourselves before we can love and forgive others. So I love that oil. Um,
Hmm.
and so you said, I think, what advice for new people who
Yeah.
are they've just
Yeah.
gotten their kit.
After their starter kit, or where they're like, I, I'm liking these oils. I think I might want to get on to Century Rewards. Like, what would be,
Yeah, so
you know,
I want to tell a brief story. This is going back to my gestational diabetes.
Yeah.
I had a session with, I don't even know what she called herself. She did Reiki, but she was some sort of like spiritual guide. And I told her all about my story, and I probably talked for like 10 or 15 minutes. And the first thing that she said was, well, it's so interesting to me that your body is having trouble like regulating sugar and sweetness, and your life is lacking sweetness right now. And that was a really powerful moment in my healing journey. And so my advice to people who are just getting started is no matter what physical physical things are going on, because I think most people turn to oils because of physical things, right? Our physical health. We want to feel better, whether we have any disease or injury going on in our body. Like, it's a big reason that we'll turn to the oils. But also ask yourself, like, as you look through the catalog, like look at some of the emotional blends and ask yourself, like, in what area do I feel like I'm lacking, or I don't have enough of a certain emotion, or do I need, like, transformation oil is another one that I like a lot. Do I need to transform something in my life? Like, ask those deeper questions and just branch out and start trying some of the different oils and see what happens.
Love that. Love that wisdom. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. It's funny. I mean, I resonate big time with that, because I honestly feel like I use the oils more just for my mind and my emotions than anything.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I'm using them for deodorant. I'm using them to, like, for my cologne. I'm using them for skin stuff that I'm working on, or what, skin things that I'm working with, or, for cleaning, for immune system support. But then I'm also just I'm like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, a few deep breaths with frankincense. I put frankincense on my bald head before I went to yoga this morning.
Nice.
Just so, like,
yeah, I've got sacred frankincense in my little diffuser here today.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and
I love that. I love that wisdom to just, like, go through those emotional, like, where am I lacking? Am I where am I yearning or needing a shift? Am I holding am I holding resentment? Am I holding,
The other really key piece that I can't emphasize enough is that we don't have to, but it's extremely helpful and therapeutic to set an intention every time we open a bottle of oil. Because it, like, I look at it like it directs, if we have this inner wisdom inside of ourselves, we, like, some people call it our higher self or our true self, our heart self, whatever you want to call it. But it's kind of like when we set that intention, or we can use them with affirmations, but if we set that before we open the bottle, as soon as the oil comes in contact with us, whether we're using it topically or whether we're breathing it in, it's like it gives the body that guidance, like, oh, that's what the goal is. That's how we're going to put the vibration of this oil to work in your body in this moment. And also, like, once you use it, like, I come from a background where I was very, like, unaware of what was going on in my body. But like, after I use an oil, if I breathe it in, or whatever capacity I use it, I like to just sit and, like, feel its effect on my body. It's so profound when you just take a moment to let it absorb into your system. It will, there's a lot of people, I think, who have tried oils and they say, like, oh, it didn't really do anything for me. They're not feeling its effect on their body.
Yeah, true.
With that intention as you use them. Don't just slap it on you and go for the day,
It takes it to the next level, is what I feel like.
Yeah.
when you add the intention and the prayer, the meditation with it, or the deep breath, it's just gonna. It's like a massage. Like, when I get a massage, if I'm, like, stoved up, not breathing. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna. I'm gonna walk out as stiff as I was when I got there.
Yeah.
Versus like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm really gonna be in receive mode. I'm worthy of a massage right now. I'm going to just breathe and get into my rest and digest state, and like be on the earth again, not up here.
Yeah. And it's, all the sayings about if you believe it, it's going to help, it will. And so when you set that intention, it sets the belief into your body that this is going to heal me in whatever capacity I'm looking for it to heal me.
Mm-hmm,
I love, I think it was in Jared Turner's new book that just came out this summer. I think he talked about, I hope I'm not misquoting where I read this, but how Gary used to like hold the bottle near his heart before he would open it. And then it was like inviting the energy of the oil into his heart, and then he would open it and like then slowly allow like to take it in through the breath, which
mm,
I thought was a really beautiful
I love
way
that.
to invite the oils into our system.
I
Yeah.
love that. So whether you're watching this live or on replay, you could have a lot going through your mind because this is different conversation perhaps than you're used to hearing with regard to oils and with regard to like approaching your wellness story or your wellness paradigm. We want to honor your uniqueness and the journey you're on. But thanks for listening. Thanks for dropping in with us. Casey, a final question for you would be, 2020. What's exciting you right now with young living with oils? We just got to hang out in Vegas at GoPro. We're gonna see you again in February.
Yeah, be
Yeah,
there.
in
Take my
Arizona at
time.
Ignite. So if you're watching this on live or on replay, like you want to be at Ignite, Casey's making the trek from Indiana for an Ignite experience, and I'm so excited you're going to be there. And like anyway, as you step into 2020, like what are you looking forward to? What are you excited about within this young living business journey, sharing journey, education journey? What's exciting you these days?
Um, a lot is exciting me. I think ultimately I'm really excited to take my own practice and my Young Living business with that practice to a different level. I think that I've got some unique understanding of the oils, and I was really intrigued at convention this past summer. I feel like Mary, maybe it was just what I was hearing, but I feel like Mary kept hinting at how like how Gary knew that the oils had a spiritual influence over us, but he never wanted to talk about it. And
Mm-hmm.
so I feel like that's kind of the direction that I want to take both my Young Living and my karma practice is helping people step into how it can help them from a more spiritual, mental, emotional, rather than just staying in the physical paradigm of well-being. And don't have a super clear picture yet of what that looks like, but I'm
Yeah.
excited to just one day at a time keep growing in that direction and see what happens.
So good. So good. Well, thank you so much for joining live here. I'm really thankful just for your friendship and also for the business journey we're on together, and also just getting to learn from you, on this wellness journey because I choose evolution. I choose. I don't even want to go this way or that way or whatever, or this way or that. I just choose evolution and like healing and health and peace, and I see you choosing that as well in your world, and seeking to help other people do that. So thanks for being a friend and supporter and cheerleader and all the things.
Thanks for having me. I'm always grateful to share time with you and anyone from Living Well Now. I was just reaching out to a new member yesterday and describing like what a family this really is, and so many people, you included, have really become members of my tribe, which is, I think, also part of our healing journey, is having those people in our life who lift us up and encourage us to continually be better and inspire us to continue to improve every day. So I'm very grateful for you and everyone on the Living Well Now team.
Same. All right. Have a beautiful day in Indiana and wherever you are in the world. If you are watching this on replay, #replay. And just if you have any specific questions or comments, feel free to chime those in the comments. We'll make sure that we have Casey post like more information about your private practice in the comment. Yes. That'd be awesome. And yeah, anyway, just thankful to be on the journey with you, and thankful to be on the journey with all of you at Living Well Now. All right. Adios.
Adios. Bye.
Bye.